Hello player, today we will analyze the match between L Pantsulaia with the white pieces and M Carlsen with the black pieces. Knight f3. d5. g3. Bishop g4. Bishop g2. e6. c4. c6. Kingside castling. Knight f6. d3. Bishop d6. Knight c3. Kingside castling. Bishop e3. Knight from b, d7. Queen b3. Queen b8. a3. Rook e8. Rook from f, c1. Bishop h5. Queen c2. f5. b3. h6. Queen b2. Knight e5. Knight captures on e5. Bishop captures on e5. d4. Bishop d6. Bishop d2. Bishop g6. Knight a4. Queen d8. Bishop f4. This move was inaccurate, the best move was b4. For example, b4. A captures on b4. A captures on b4. D captures on c4. b5. Bishop e4. Bishop captures on e4. With a balanced game. Bishop f4. Bishop captures on f4. G captures on f4. Knight e4. e3. Knight d6. Knight c3. Bishop d3. This move was inaccurate, the best move was king h8. For example, king h8. Knight e2. Bishop h7. With an advantage for black. Bishop d3. c5. Knight f5. Knight e2. This move was inaccurate, the best move was queen d2. For example, queen d2. Bishop a6. Bishop h3. With an advantage for black. Knight e2. Knight h4. Knight g3. f5. This move was inaccurate, the best move was g5. For example, g5. Queen d2. Bishop g6. With an advantage for black. f5. f3. g5. Queen d2. Bishop a6. King f2. G captures on f4. E captures on f4. Knight g6. King g1. The evaluation became -2.2, this move was a mistake, the best move was h4. For example, h4. Queen c7. Knight h5. With an advantage for black. King g1. Queen h4. Queen captures on a5. The evaluation became -3.6, this move was a mistake, the best move was king h1. For example, king h1. Knight captures on f4. Bishop f1. With a decisive advantage for black. Queen captures on a5. Knight captures on f4. Queen d2. Knight d3. This move gives back part of the advantage, the best move was king h7. For example, king h7. Rook a2. Rook g8. With a decisive advantage for black. Knight d3. f4. Knight captures on f4. Bishop f1. Queen g5. This move gives back part of the advantage, the best move was king h7. For example, king h7. King h1. Rook g8. Rook c3. Bishop captures on f1. Rook captures on f1. Knight h3. f4. Rook g6. With a decisive advantage for black. Queen g5. King h1. Knight d3. This move gives back part of the advantage. The best move was knight g6. For example, knight g6. Queen c3. Bishop captures on f1. Rook captures on f1. King h7. With a decisive advantage for black. Knight d3. Rook c2. Queen captures on d2. Rook captures on d2. Knight f4. Rook f2. This move was inaccurate. The best move was bishop captures on a6. For example, bishop captures on a6. Rook captures on a6. Rook f1. With an advantage for black. Rook f2. Knight g6. This move was inaccurate. The best move was bishop captures on f1. For example, bishop captures on f1. Rook captures on f4. Bishop d3. King g2. King f7. With an advantage for black. Knight g6. Bishop captures on a6. B captures on a6. b4. This move was inaccurate. The best move was knight e2. For example, knight e2. King h7. Knight g1. With a balanced game. b4. f5. b5. c captures on b5. Rook b1. Rook from e, b8. Rook from f, b2. b4. A captures on b4. This move was inaccurate. The best move was knight h5. For example, knight h5. f4. King g1. With an advantage for black. A captures on b4. Rook captures on b4. Rook captures on b4. A captures on b4. Rook captures on b4. Knight f4. Rook b1. Rook a4. Rook d1. This move was inaccurate. The best move was rook c1. For example, rook c1. King f7. c6. Rook a8. c7. With a decisive advantage for black. Rook d1. King f7. King g1. King f6. This move gives back part of the advantage. The best move was rook a2. For example, rook a2. King h1. Rook c2. With a decisive advantage for black. King f6. King f2. Rook a3. Rook b1. This move was inaccurate. The best move was h4. For example, h4. e5. d captures on e5 check. King e6. c6. With a decisive advantage for black. Rook b1. Rook d3. This move was inaccurate. The best move was knight d3. For example, knight d3 check. King f1. f4. Knight h1. Rook a2. With a decisive advantage for black. Rook d3. Rook b4. King g5. Knight f1. Rook c3. Rook b8. King f6. This move gives back part of the advantage. The best move was knight h3. For example, knight h3 check. King e2. f4. Rook f8. King g4. Rook f6. Knight g5. Rook captures on h6. Knight f3. With a decisive advantage for black. King f6. Knight d2. Knight h3 check. King e2. f4. Rook f8 check. This move was inaccurate, the best move was king f1. For example, king f1, king f5, rook b3, rook c1 check, king e2, knight g5, rook b8, king g4, king d3, f3, rook f8, rook a1, king c3, rook a4, king b3, rook a7, king b4, rook b7 check, king c3, h5, h3 check. With a decisive advantage for black. Rook f8 check. King e7. Rook h8. Knight g5. Rook captures on h6. f3 check. King f2. Rook d3. Knight f1. Knight e4 check. King g1. Rook captures on d4. This move gives back part of the advantage, the best move was rook d1. For example, rook d1. Rook h7 check. King f6. Rook h6 check. King g5. Rook h3. King f4. With a decisive advantage for black. Rook captures on d4. Rook h7 check. King f6. c6. This move was inaccurate, the best move was rook h6. For example, rook h6 check. King g7. Rook h3. Rook d3. c6. Rook c3. c7. f2 check. King g2. Rook captures on c7. Rook f3. With a decisive advantage for black. c6. Rook c4. c7. Rook c2. Knight e3. Rook c1 check. Knight f1. Knight d2. Black's victory. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and leave your suggestions.